good. Terrible.
Thanks.
Moving in for the close-up.
Hey, Lex.
How you doing,
Morning.
Dennis? Good.
So what are we doing this morning here?
Rope tricks.
Excuse me? How about water safety here? Huh?
What do you got there?
Water safety. We're just talking about what you should wear when you're near the water, what you should and shouldn't do. Kids have to wear life jackets, have whistles on their life jackets.
Oh, I used to read Cosmo.
You're wearing waders, you have a wading belt.
I love Cosmo.
Okay. That's a pretty good set of waders there, eh?
Yeah.
Okay. I'll just scan down here. There's the boots and the vest. Okay. Great. Okay.
So how are you this morning? Good?
What do you think of the show?
I like it.
You learning lots?
Yeah.
That's good. You're picking up lots of good information, eh?
What have you learned?
I can't remember.
That how to fly fish over there.
You were fly fishing? Okay. Did you like that?
Yeah, I like those.
Actually, I saw you. You're pretty good.
First time.
Have you gone over and looked at the fish and you know your fish species?
I did those contests.
Yeah. Have you gone over to the hatchery truck? Seen the fish in there?
The problem is there's about
So I take it you did the certificate program, eh?
Yeah.
And what did you think of the certificate program?
you're looking at
That was pretty fun too.
You like that, eh?
9 to
Get to
10
go to all the different booths and get the stamps and ask the questions and answer the questions. Yeah, and some pretty good draws too, eh? Yeah, perfect. What's?
There's quite a few draws.
Yeah, that's good, eh? Uh-huh.
Do you think the Salmon Society should have this again next year?
We had it last year too. I went there last year too.
What did you think about the fish simulator there? Did you have a go at it?
Yeah, I tried it. I almost won, but not
What was
quite.
the score?
2 points. I had 400 later.
Good one. That's good.
It's 2 points less than the winner.
Yeah. Well, you can always
Two
write
points
it down.
Yeah.
Perfect.
Yeah.
So you're enjoying yourself then, huh?
Yeah.
All right, tell your friends, bring them out.
Yeah, I will.
Yep, bye.
That's right. Okay, guys. I'm supposed to do that twice. Ready, set, go. There you go. Whoops.
Okay, you gotta wait till the dancers go, okay? And then you can put it in there.
I guess
can take one more.
I guess you call that a
All right,
false
you guys,
start.
I'm going to say ready, set, go. I shoot the cat, then it goes bang, dump the fish in the trap. Splash water at the fish without splashing me, chasing down the pile of rocks. Ready, set, go. Gotta stay down at that end. Gotta stay down at that end. No, stay down there. You first anyway, look at that. There, first. Going for second. Come on, guys. Going for second. Gotta scare that fish. There's second. Going for third. Oh, and on the fish. Yeah, there you go. Oh, he turned around. He's going back. There we go.
I figured it out.
Yeah, all right. Come on. Thanks a lot, guys.
So what do you guys think of the fish show so far?
Only one more can race.
Tell the
You
man
gonna
what you
wanna
think
race?
about the fish show, Austin.
Okay,
Tell
there
me
you go.
got
There's
some,
6
you
right
got some
there.
bait.
Okay.
Yeah,
I'm going to get you fish right now.
Hey, they don't want to talk to me, they want
Got a
fish.
cup of water. Everybody gets to have a fish. There you go.
Here we go. We're getting fish now.
There we go. There's your fish. And there's your fish. All right. And there's your fish right there. And there's your fish. There you
Oh
go.
my goodness.
Okay.
We're gonna take them over here.
Everybody line up at that end of the racetrack over there. I know. I only can go 6 guys.
Down a little bit there. One more count. Move down one.
Everybody
Move
take
down
a racetrack
Move
up
down
there.
one more, guys. Move
You got
down.
one, yeah. You
This
move
one
over
right here.
one more.
Move to this one. So these, okay.
All right,
Lexi, you
bring
come over
her
here.
around instead. That's easier.
This is the fast lane anyway.
Yeah.
So what's everybody think of the fish show so far? Do they like it?
Yes.
Yeah? You gonna tell all your friends to come out?
Yes.
Are you learning lots? You are, eh? Is it fun?
Okay, guys.
Fly casting. Chris.
Morning, Dennis. How are you this morning?
Good.
Pretty good crowd in today.
What do you got here at this booth, Chris?
Well, this is the Great Blue Heron Nature Reserve. It's the interpretive center that they're building at the end of Sumas Prairie on the old wet bridging area. And they're going to be having the grand opening sometime in April. It's a really first-class operation. They got the interpretive center just about completed, quite a large building, and it's going to be a real plus for the community. Okay, you still rolling?
Oh, you are rolling.
We got Bob Moore was very instrumental in the construction of this building. How many square feet it got, Bob?
About 2,600.
Yeah. And there's 3 sections to it?
Yeah, it's done in modular. It's there's a volunteer area, there's a sort of an area for displays with washrooms, and there's what they call the main hall, which will be for classroom instruction, displays, that sort of thing.
Now, the Rotary's turning that over to the city this coming week. When are the general public going to have their grand opening? You got a firm date on that, Bob? You know yet?
No, it's up to the city. I understand they're going to do it in mid-May. Actually, we're giving it to the people of Chilliwack, but the mayor's the representative, so we'll give him the key.
Give him the key. That's going to happen this Wednesday.
Right, 4 to 6.
Well, this is going to be a real plus for the community. It's been a lot of hard work by a lot of people to get this thing off the ground, and of course the Rotary played one of the major parts in it.
Yeah, we've cataloged well over 125 different donors, everything from, $10 to major contributions by people like Steelhead Aggregates and Byron. That's the new First Heritage Credit Union.
Yeah, well, it's been a lot of hard work, but it's after I don't know how many years we started that committee and finally see the light at the end of the tunnel.
Well, 3.5 to construct.
Yeah, that's right. Well, everybody that's seen the building really been taken by the work of yourself and Peter Dick and Bruno Hootie are being done a great job.
Yep, it really looks good.
So what will the end results produce?
What will the end results produce?
Yes.
We'll have a world-class interpretive center. I've visited the interpretive centers, including the Ducks Unlimited one north of Winnipeg, and this is right up there. And it means volunteer groups, school children, hikers, walkers will have a place where they can come in, learn about the local flora and fauna, and how to protect the environment. And we think it will draw walkers, birders, bikers from all over the Lower Mainland and in the States too.
Well, that's it from the Great Blue Heron Nature Reserve, Dennis.
Thank you.
Who am I talking to?
Oh, Bramble.
Yeah, and he's walked in the school and
every time, because they do
What do you think of the show so far?
trips where they go up,
Hey?
a helicopter in, and then they come down on these pontoon boats.
What do you think of the show so far?
Pontoon trips down the
Great.
You having fun here?
Yep.
Yeah, that's good. You're learning lots?
So,
Yep.
and that's all he
Excellent.
does.
Are you entering all the draws?
Yeah.
What do you like about the show?
That I get to learn about fish.
When I started,
Huh?
That I get to learn about fish.
Okay.
they have fly tying courses.
That
He'll show you how to set up. He knows exactly, like, whatever
we
you're
win prizes
going,
and stuff.
You like all the different booths? You're learning lots about how to fish?
Yep.
That's good. What's your name?
Justin.
Oh, hi Dustin. Thank you, Justin.
And so what if you lose the horse? Want a kitty?
Can you say hello?
Hi.
What's up there? Say hello.
How are you guys doing? How do you like the show? Huh?
Kitty?
And
Cat.
You like fishing? Pardon? You guys learning lots?
you don't have your own grandpa's
Yeah, eh? What do you like about the show?
The fish.
fish.
Are you doing the certificate program, are you? Good girl.
Bye-bye.
Knock your wrist back. You want to go back. Don't want your wrist to.
Oh, yeah.
But we happen to have a salmon, so we're going to fillet him. I will show you how to do a boneless fillet that I would use for either cooking it in a frying pan or for smoking. There are, I'm sure, nice one. That is fish. Okay, I'm gonna move this box out of the way so everybody can have a look. Snow works too for washing hands. I'm gonna be putting it down. I'm gonna be using it a couple of times for washing my hands. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna get every last ounce of fish out of this guy as we can. And as I go along, I'll explain exactly what I'm talking about. Now, this guy hasn't been gutted. So here comes a nice chore. Would somebody be kind enough and push that garbage container behind the shoulder? Grab this guy, and the cloth is good. It doesn't slip us. You can hold. I grab him by the tail, turn him up, and I go into the rectal cavity, and please only use about an inch of a knife at best, because you don't want to make a mess inside because it's all over the place. We don't want that. We just want to crease the skin more or less just to open the cavity. Nice and gentle. Pull upwards and forward. And then we have no mess in here. So the first thing we do is we're going to save about $1,000 here worth of roll. Get 2 of these in each one. This makes well, there's about, I would say, 800, 900 babies. Going to take the head off. Now here is where I was talking about your $1,000 a pound fish. Most people will just up, take a knife and whammo. Well, if you follow the gill collar here, I will explain to you as I go that there's a rounding and it comes out almost like a V, like so. Now what we've just done is we saved about 5 ounces or maybe about $300 worth of fish. We'll do the same thing on the other side. Can everybody hear me clearly? Just follow the contour of the gill plate to the gill collar, that is, on each side like this, and now all you gotta do is just snap and it'll sever by itself. Okay, now here's the V, and here's all the meat that most people will leave there by cutting. Hey, don't bite. I thought you were dead. Straight across, okay, so you're missing that portion right there. That's good for fish stock, good fish soup. Yeah. But years ago, I went to a restaurant in Surrey and ordered a cod. Came with the head, and I thought, what the heck, let's be adventurous. And I ate that whole, well, didn't eat it. I sucked the meat off it. It was excellent. Yep. Okay, now, next operation is to look for the bones. I believe we call this a dorsal fin. Okay, now, take a look at the inside. We got a cavity that's kind of round. That is your rib cage. And above that rib cage, right on the top, like a fin, is all your backbones. And it is a continuation of this fin. So this is your point of entry. You cannot make a mistake if you go in here. If you go anywhere else, you might miss. You'd be too far down, too far up, whatever. Now, again, you can keep a rag handy, But one hand on the knife only, and hopefully you use a sharp knife. There's nothing sharper than a dull knife, because you got to push like hell. If you miss, whoa, watch out. Okay, we're going to go in here. And I just felt the bones now. What we're trying to do is, I'm already touching the spinal cord that's running right dab smack in the middle here. And on a sideways, kind of slightly leaning this way on a sideways motion, I will pull along those spinal fins up there, or the bones. Come on. And then we go, and again, keep your fingers away from the cutting area. Okay, so now I'm to where the actual spinal cord is in the middle. And all I use now is, again, just a little tip of the knife. I kind of, in a playing manner, just free that. It doesn't take very much. If anybody would care to come a little closer and inspect, and you can see the round little, this is your spinal cord. Now what I've done is, because at the rib section, and you start from the front of the fish, turn around, I have to work, I'm a right-hander, I'm sorry, if I was left-handed I could go the other way. And there's a little tricky part. You have to get past this, and it sometimes requires a little nudge. I just did, past the first, because even though it's a boneless fillet, you will still have about 20 little bones right along here, and they go right into the meat. You'll have to pull them out with needle nose pliers if you want to remove those. So what I'm doing is, I'm going again, only downward once, passes to accomplish the feat. I just took 1, 2, and on my third one, and please don't try to be a hero. Take your time, because the more time you take, the cleaner your bones, the more fish that you're going to end up with. This is what I ended up with. And there's your rib cage, and there's your spinal cord I was telling you about. Okay? So now we have to reverse the process. Now, oh, I'll try. What the heck? I'll go do it your way. This second side is a little trickier, the first cut, because you have to get around this guy, and it's usually wobbling. So I just play a bit, and I go around it. So now he's out of the way. But now I got to go back to my bones on top, and I have to feel the first couple. And once I'm there, I'm comfortable. I feel bone. Now I can pull sideways. Same on this side here. Down, pressing against the bone, and pulling back. Come on. Now back here, I'm used to this. Don't. Always try to stay away from, if you have to reverse the knife, reverse it. Always cut away from yourself. Never cut towards yourself. So I just was under my hand, that would have been cutting into me. So cut away from yourself. Okay? I open the spinal cord again. I have to go up front and do this little tricky little corner right there. Just to there we did. Just crack the first one. And now we're on that downward motion again and sideways. And again, I could do it probably in one swat. There's no need for it. We're not here to prove anything. Nice and slow. You can pull a little bit in the sideways, and you'll see it'll come off on you. I'm taking off this bottom fin at the same time. We end up with this bone. People still use that for making soup. Okay, we're down to the fillet. This is ready for smoking. ready for the frying pan. Personally, I don't like a strong smell of fish, so I go one step further and I cut about here and pull sideways with my knife and I take the skin off. I didn't ask the gentleman what he had in mind with this fish, so the most he can do is kill me. I'll show you one how I would eat it, because I don't like that strong smell. Oh, let's get this guy here, because I find that's where your fish goes bad first, fat goes rancid first, and that's where it starts spoiling. Okay, I'll try this now. Hopefully it'll work. Okay, I went halfway in. Whoops, I missed. Because I normally use a steak knife, but I'll get that later. I just missed a little piece right there, so I'll have to take it off this way. And again, just take your time, but, okay? This part here, this is where all your fish smell comes from, okay? If you take that off, then you're in much better shape. Hang on to the skin. Use a cloth if need be. And again, we're no heroes. We'll take our time. If I had a steak knife, I could do one cut. I only have a boning knife. And here we are. Okay? Now, if somebody wants to come up, I'll explain something to them. You'll see all these little white lines. Now, these are like muscle tissue, and between each one of them, there is still a little piece of bone there, which, as you run your finger from, this is the head, would have been the head section, backwards, it'll prickle you. Every time you touch, it'll prickle you. It'll tell you, oh, there's a bone, oh, there's a bone. So what you do is you take a needle nose plier and you just lash onto it and just give it a little twist motion like that, and they all come out. So then you are completely boneless. But it's about as boneless as you can do just with a straight knife. Okay, now I was invited to a gentleman's place in Sawasan one time, and he now takes the fish the way it was and puts it back on the skin, and that's how he barbecues it. So when he's all said and done, it doesn't stick to the barbecue. He just takes it off the skin, puts it on a platter, and voila. Takes the skin, rolls it up, and poof. So that's a heck of an idea. So you learn all the time. This guy here, I'll leave whole. Again, I will cut this fatty tissue off the bottom, the belly part. And this guy would make a beautiful lox. I don't know if anybody likes lox, bagels, or just smoked fish. And here we are. Now, do we have any questions? That's the end. I can't